Well, as I always open my statement up as I thank God for this victory. It's really good to be home, but sometimes I wonder, you know, what happened to us when we do come home. We haven't been home but twice this year and of this season. But preparation is always good, and if your players do what they need to do or do what you want them to do. We knew that this was they had two players on here that was going to be very dominant, and they were. You have Doyle here, who's an outstanding rebound in this conference, and she pulled down 14. And we did prepare for that, always telling people to box out and do those little things. They had a big game. I'm not really satisfied with the performance because I've seen us play better, and I've seen more people play better. Everybody got an opportunity to play, but we just weren't ready. But it was, hey, I'm serious. I'm happy for the win. And that's the bottom line.
Questions? Well, I'm Todd Porter with Aggie Sports Report. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
You're confident in your freshmen. You started 2 freshmen. Let's talk about the progression of the freshmen this year.
Well, you know, with freshmen, when you play them, they're learning. So it's whatever mistake they make, then they make them. However, you learn from that. You're going to have upperclassmen that make mistakes as well. But some of the mistakes that they make, they've already made them in the past. So you look to freshmen. You don't come down on freshmen for, you know, maybe not doing this or doing that. But we got a good group of freshmen. We're really proud of them. They are really making a contribution, and they're going to be something to deal with before, throughout, but before they graduate. They would be freshmen that any team would be proud of.
Coach, how did you combat that matchup zone? It looked like they slowed you down a little bit to start the second half, cut into the lead. How did you guys kind of attack it?
Well, you know, when you're playing a matchup zone, you know you can run a zone play off it, or you can run a man play. However, in order to lose that, you got to move the ball quickly. And that's something that we weren't doing. You know, we were holding the ball like, okay, we've practiced this, we've executed our plays. Why are we staring there holding the ball when the zone was a matchup? However, there were gaps in that matchup that you could have attacked. And we just didn't look to attack except these two. I know that, you know, Tweet attacked, and Jaleesa that did a great job. She always does a great job attacking, you know. But we just had other people that didn't recognize that it was a matchup zone. They could not play us a man because a man, we would eat them alive. But they're a good team. They are, and this is what they do. They've been playing since, you know, this is all they do, play basically, is a zone. And they dare people to shoot over a zone. But then you don't try to shoot over it, you drive on it. And they had gaps in that zone. They had it.
Tweet, was that the game plan to attack? Because you came out heavily aggressive tonight. I mean, you had, you know, double figures quickly. Was that the game plan to attack the basket?
Yeah, Coach was mainly, you know, the last couple of games, a lot of teams play us in, well, whether if they play us in man or zone, she always preached to attack because we don't get to the line a lot. So my main focus was to, you know I'm a lot faster than a lot of people, so just attack the basket and, you know, finish when I go to the basket. So that was mainly the game plan, to attack the basket, because a lot of people look for me to shoot the 3, so I have to go to, you know, my other part of my game, and that's driving the ball, so I just drove.
Lisa Sams, let's talk about the conditioning level. You were complaining to Coach that you're out of breath, and when you got your break, you came back in, went ahead. What was going through your mind during that time?
We was pressing doing the 55, and I'm the person doing all the run around, so I just needed a quick breather to calm me down, so I can, because you're only good like when I'm 100%. So if I ain't 100% out there, you might take me out.
Was it a product of attacking the zone like Coach was talking that helped you tonight? Nice game, double-double?
Yeah, that's always my motive, attacking the basket every game.
Can I get a comment from everyone up there about the ribbon that you're wearing? Can you talk about that?
Yes, this is to honor Miss Floyd, Henny Floyd, who passed away in December. She was our #1 fan. She and her husband, everywhere that you know, which they could basically get, they were there. And she was to be at this game as well. She had told me earlier on all the games that she was going to attend. She had retired, and you know, we loved her. She was such a great person, and they just supported us. You know, a lot of times when you go on the road, you don't have that, you know, that support, and they were there, and you know, and then even when she's in the stands, it's like everybody knows she's keeping how many points or what's happening with the team. But she really loved this team, and we wanted to make sure that we dedicate this season to her memory.
That was another main focus. Miss Floyd was very important to us, so that was another thing that motivated me today. I wanted to make sure, as well as my team, we wanted to make sure that we got this win for her. So that was a part of the ribbons. And come down and play hard. We could have played harder, but you know, a win is a win. And every game, like Coach said, will be dedicated to her for the rest of the season.
I don't think you're gonna sneak up on any opponent. But a couple weeks ago, MEAC Player of the Week. It's just another reminder to the other teams, and they start double teaming you. And I know you were a little frustrated maybe the last couple of games. Kind of another breakout game for you tonight. Just talk about that. How that's been. You know, how you have to deal with that.
Yeah, a lot of teams are gonna come after me. You know, I'm a candidate for Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year. So, you know, when they double team me, I just, you know, look for my other teammates. I always try to get my other teammates involved. Like when they started playing the boxing, I let my team know that they can drive and they was playing with me. It does get frustrating sometimes because, you know, I want to, you know, help out my team, but I feel like if I kind of step back for a little bit, you know, they have other opportunities. So, like, I feel like we can make them pay. Well, they can go ahead and double team me, that'll leave somebody else open. That's another chance for another one of my teammates to step up. So I feel like, you know, especially when it got close, I was just like, okay, I don't care. You know, I'm gonna do what it takes to help my team. And so I don't know, it is frustrating, but you still gotta play. You gotta do what you gotta do. Try to get open, try to get your teammates involved. So if they double up, there's always somebody open, and I'm gonna kick it to one of my teammates.
Coach Bibbs, Lamona Smalley had an impressive game tonight. During the half, I saw her throw up a little bit and then come back in. It's all, but she delivered. Talk about Lamona Smalley.
Well, you know, Lamona is Lamona. She's, you know, she's such a prolific player. I always talk about her talents and just how great she really is. I mean, she does things that if you look at her, you would think that she could do it. But she has that intelligence about passing. She's really like a guard, but we have to play her, you know, under the basket. But she's really a guard, and she knows what to do, when to do, and how to do in order to score that ball. And she, you know, because of her height, a lot of times she's sharp enough where she can pull rebounds down on both ends of the floor. That's just the way she is. And, you know, she's a character. I know she was, she threw up. I was calling for her to come in. I didn't know she was gone, but you know, she came back and she played. Let her throw up and come on in. You know,
Right.
Has she been fighting something, or did that just go today?
I don't know. You know, it's been that stomach virus
Yeah,
going around, and
a
couple people on the team was doing so. I'm just, but I don't use excuses why we didn't play that well. But you know, it's stomach virus. It's probably what got it. Hopefully they'll be fine on Monday. They need to be ready on Monday because a very tough opponent is coming in here.
Very good.